Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Unscripted and Unchoreographed. I'm your host Neve and we have my lovely co-host Sarah, and today we are very excited to have the one and only artist of many talents, Chin. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm Jing and Neve are one of my best friends and my classmate.
How did you get started in the arts?
My parents dropped me into dance school since I know I love dancing so early, around 3. And I asked them I want to learn dance. So I kind of started the dancing road since I was 4. And then I've just been dancing for like almost 12-year professional dance training. And then someday I just feel, I want more. Because I feel like environment in Taiwan about dancer is quite limited at that timing. So I want to see more. I want to see like what possibility about performing. So then let's try acting. So then I go into acting and go to the uni after acting, and somehow I feel greedy again. I was just like, I want more. I just feel like, except of acting, what can I do to combine what I have before? So dance and then act. Okay, movement directing. That sounds fun. I just saw it on the websites on some day, and I'm like, okay, that sounds fun. And then I'm here.
And we're so very glad you are. I always find it so interesting. What dancing were you doing? What kind of styles were you doing?
So in Taiwan, we have to learn many kinds of dance. So we have to learn ballet, contemporary dance, and Chinese dance. These 3 are our main major. Like we all have to learn that. And yeah, but my favorite, I think one of my favorites is Chinese dance, Chinese classical dance, and another one is contemporary. But also improvisation as well. My favorite, improvisation.
And do you learn it in school as part of the curriculum, or was it outside of school?
Yeah, I learned it in the dance school. So I think I have to dance 6 days a week and train at least 6 hours every day at that time.
How were you able to do that?
I mean, it's driving me crazy. It's driving everyone crazy. I feel like in that time, really, it's like a military education. Like, wake up, go to train, and you would train like you're crying. Now I look back, it's quite problematic. But at that time, even in the lunch break, we have to sleep with our split. So we have to split, and our legs have to be on a block. So it's over 180 degree, and we have to sleep. And if you cannot sleep, you just cry until you sleep. And over like months, someday you can eventually sleep. So I think I have been in junior high. I have been doing this for like 2 years, and finally in the second year, I can sleep on my split, like over 180. That's quite brutal.
So when you're starting to do this 6 hours of training a day, how old are you when you're doing this?
Professional training is from my whole junior high 3 years. So I think it's around 10 to 12, is it? Or 12 to 15.
So you are quite young doing this on top of schoolwork as well.
Yeah, so I have to be aware of the homework, like my tests. So I'm always been the top of my class, like academic wise. But in dancing wise, I have to keep on track as well. It's really hard to manage it, but because I know since I was junior high, I really thank myself for that. I know what I want really early since I was a kid. So I know eventually I want to go to that university. People say that's the best university in Taiwan. So since I was junior high, I'm planning to go for it. And eventually I was in that university. So I'm like, it's worth it.
That is so intense. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I knew you were a strong woman, but that just, yeah, incredible. When you were kind of thinking about what career you wanted to go down, was there a certain point that did you want to ever do dancing as a career? Or was it always acting? Or when did that kind of shift happen for you?
I really used to want to be a dancer, like a solo dancer. And actually, at the first point, I really want to be a ballerina. But eventually, I found out how my body was built. My toes is built different. So when I on like ballet shoes, the hard one, it's always have like more pain than usual people. In that training, even though I work so hard, my body limits is there. And I noticed that dream I couldn't become. I don't feel that frustrated because somehow I found out there. I just like the image on the stage that is so beautiful and so elegant and with power. I think I'm just into that image. So then I found out actually I like something more grounded, more with soul, somehow speech. One of my teacher who told me like the timing when you want to change, when you choose something, is because you're angry about something, and then you will feel determined. So I think at that point, I feel really angry about how my body is limiting myself. I feel angry about why I'm not doing improvising. I want to put my soul, I want to put some emotion in my work. Why does the teacher feel that's not what they want? What they want is all kind of technique. They want some flip, they want some split. That's all. But if I put too much emotion in it, or maybe I would just put a character in it, they say that's not what we want. Like no one wants to see that. So I was really angry about that. I feel like, so you just want me to be a dance machine rather than a performer. So that's the turning point. I choose to seek for another stage, which is acting. Yeah. And I never regret it. That's the best decision in my life.
When you decided to do that, how were your parents about you going down the artistic road? Did they always kind of see it for you? Were they supportive, or was it a little bit of a shock for them?
You know, Asian parents usually don't really into your children go to an artistic road. That's common. But while my mom is always supportive, she knows I'm really good at artistic thing. I think my father, he thinks you can do it as an interest, but maybe it's not like a career. But eventually, I decide to become actor when I was ready to go to high school. I applied for a drama school, and you have to leave your city to Taipei, so it's the main city, and it's really competitive there. So that's a turning point. I have to live by myself out there. My parents at that time, you sure you really want to do that? Because actor, like dancer, I have been doing so long, they kind of know what it is. But actor, like what exactly is acting? They never really see a show before. So they're really unsure. I really want to mention one of my teachers, she saw my talent of performing, I mean acting. When I was in dance school, she was our, I say, course leader, kind of like that. But at our final year, she got breast cancer, and it's the last stage. At that time, even though she's in the chemo, she's still pushing me to apply for acting course. And that time, no one in the dance school ever applied for acting. But even though she's in the chemo, she took me to that school and wait for me to audition. So she go through all the process with me, and she convinced my parent I should go. So after that, I was in that school, that drama school. I've been chosen. I was so happy, and she's the first one I want to like share. And I told her, because she know my, when I was in junior high, my dream is to go to that university, like Taipei University of Arts. And I said, I promise I will act in that uni for you, and you're gonna come like that. And she said yes. So in the high school, when I graduate, I apply for that uni and I go to audition something, and then I really got it. And I'm waiting because the first year you cannot perform, you only can study, and the second year is the time you can really perform. And the perform always needs audition. Like you have to compete with the whole master and postgraduate to get in a big show. So that's a big deal. And then I got a role. So it's officially my first like public role in that uni. And just the timing I got the casting list, like I am in that, my teacher, someone just sent me a message like my teacher passed away. So I feel so like emotional at that time. I just feel like I'm too slow. I'm too slow to reach the dream to show her. And I really want her to be proud. I want to show her that what she pushed me at that timing is right and everything paid back. But it's just too late. I feel it's too late. But now I feel like no matter what she's watching, it's quite a really touchful story for me.
So when you got into university, again, it sounds very intense, very competitive. Did you have to audition to get in? Chin, what did you study there?
So when you got in, the first year, there's no major. You learn everything. You learn acting, you learn directing, and scenography. So you really do like presentation every week. So it's quite nice. And then the second term, you have to start to think about your major. So whether you're going to do acting, script writing, or directing. I was in the professional acting training since I was high school. And so I have more experience. Everyone thought I'm definitely choose directing. Because in the first year, when people don't really know some things, I'm the one who organize everything. And I do the directing job more. And I thought I would do director as well at that point, actually. But then there's some restriction. I found out, I don't know why, no offense, but they really like to do Shakespeare. And I don't really like to do Shakespeare. Okay, there's a reason. Since we're in Taiwan and we don't perform in English, I just feel when you transcribe Shakespeare into Mandarin, the flavor is just lost. The tempo is not right. Everything feels weird. And so I really hate to do Shakespeare script or watch Shakespeare script in Taiwan. I just really don't like it. So yeah, and I found out if I do graduating show, there's some limitation. I can only choose maybe the script writer have to die around like 50 years. So you can have the publication thing. So I see that like limitation. So I feel like I'm not going to bother myself, and I will get so much headache when I direct that. Okay, I'll do acting major then. Since both I really love. Okay, I feel like acting won't make myself too depressed. I think that's the point. So yeah, so I graduate with acting.
That's so interesting because I didn't know that about you, and it explains why you went into movement directing. You had both, and you had the dance, so if you needed to choreograph something in movement directing, you could. It kind of all just came full circle for you. But as a performer, as an actor, as a movement director, dancer, your practice is heavily influenced and includes martial arts.
Yeah, and I think now I'm quite proud to say that. Because before, I had martial art training long time before, but I don't really realize that's martial arts. I just thought that's more acrobatic side. But after these years, since I think is the third year of uni, there's my drama teacher who's also a great actor and an artist director and also a martial artist. He introduced Chinese martial art into drama teaching. That's new and incredible. I think he's the first one who enlightened me about that. Since I love it. Because I keep finding what is the Easterners body? What is the Taiwanese movement? Because that's coming back to why I don't feel fit when I dance ballet. My body just doesn't fit because my body doesn't build that way. But I'm really good at squatting. I'm really good at grounding and fluidity. I'm really good at that. Then what is that? And when he introduced me, I'm being interested by the philosophy underneath the martial arts, like an yin yang theory behind it. Everything is connected. There's no right or wrong. There's no black and white. There's white in the black. There's black in the white. Like that. It's so beautiful. And so ever since I start to know more about Chinese martial art, know more about Tai Chi, and to know my internal boxing martial arts. So it includes Tai Chi, Xing Yi Chen. So amazing, it's so practical. It seems like so our philosophy is different from boxing. Everything is so fast, speed wise, and really like you need to train your muscle and strength. No, the Chinese martial art is totally different. Because my teacher always tell me think like a weakness. So notice yourself as a weakness, like you are a female compared to male. And your body structure, your strength is biologically you cannot compete with grown-up men. I'm sad to say that, but that's true. And as an Asian people are usually more shorter, smaller than Westerner, and that's true as well. So how can I use my people think as a disadvantage become your advantage? So that's how Chinese martial arts do. So embrace your disadvantages for others, but use it as your advantage. Like boxing, you hit and your punch will give back, right? You take it back like a punch. But in Chinese martial arts, we don't usually get back. When we go in, our point is to disconnect their space. We're gonna divide their space. We're gonna keep connecting and keep moving. So we control their body. We use their strength as our strength. So if we lose contact, we cannot control them, right? So that's how we borrow the strength of the opponents and borrow the strength from the ground or from the object environment, but not use your own strength only, because we are too weak to do that. And we never fight someone unless someone fight us first. So usually martial arts, that's how people think about Asian as well. Like we are always so polite, and that's really true. That's really a true stereotype. So only if someone come to my area and disrupt me, I would do it. But we never punch first. That's our philosophy. Yeah. So I think that's really beautiful, and that fits me culture wise as well and my identity.
How, before you left Taiwan to come to the UK to study movement directing, like you had a really good screen acting career in Taiwan in particular.
I'm asking myself, yes, why? Like, I was angry about something. When the COVID hit, I graduated. So at that timing, it's really hard to find jobs. Finally, I got a job for around 3 months. I got an acting job, and that's thrilling, like amazing. I'm so lucky. So I devoted myself in that perform. I give so much idea of performing, and so I'm not just performer. I also create. I give so many ideas. So then, at before 3 days before the shooting, I got COVID. I told them, and they said, "Okay, so now you cannot be in our show then." And then someone just asked, "Can you find someone to replace you? Do you have anyone who can replace you?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's the worst moment in my life. I devoted for 1 month, and every day I have to take the train for like 1 and something hour to that rehear to that rehearsal room. And eventually, I couldn't be on performer, and then you tell someone, you ask me if someone can replace me. You serious? And then eventually, but the director still really likes to work with me, and of course they give me a bit extra pay. But for a performer, that's not the point. And if my name is not even on the credit, not even in the thankful list, I'm not in the performer, I'm not in the thankful list. And that is so angry. I just feel like, gosh, it's so easy to get replaced as a performer, as an actor somehow. So I just feel, is there another way? I still love acting, I still want to be an actor, but is there's another route I can try that's maybe more than acting? So somehow the movement director thing comes out, and I just feel like, why not? But now I feel like movement director is easy to get replaced as well. It's not easy. It's not easy work, but somehow maybe I just like to challenge myself.
I mean, you're very good at it, and you kind of, from the sounds of it, were doing it already. Like, is movement directing a thing in Taiwan in theatre?
Unfortunately, there's no movement director in Taiwan. I think more like in film industry, people are recognizing us like movement instructor, movement design, fight director, intimate director. It's good. But in theater wise, people start to maybe ask for more like instructor, choreographer. And that's fine. I mean, Taiwan needs time. Taiwan theater needs time to grow. I'm positive actually. Actually, it's my big dream. I can bring what I learned here and have not better, but more safe knowledge, more overseas knowledge back to Taiwan. Give those actors more, how can I say, more ways of exploring their body movement. Yeah. So not just like that. That's not the only way. because I think we have really good like drama acting course, but not so many schools will in this institution will focus on just movement. Like voice and movement, I think they have their own situation. But yeah, I just hope I can bring out more and let them know for even you're acting something realistic. Movement is important as well. People always think that, or maybe only in something that's physical theater, immersive, or maybe something more within style, you need movement more. But it's not like that. It's part of your like human being. Yeah, but people always confuse that. Think movement is when I need to dance, where I really need to move. But walking is movement. Drinking a tea is movement. Wearing a high heel, how to walk in high heel is a movement as well. Yeah, so that's what I want to try out in the future in Taiwan.
Obviously, you've been in the UK for a while now. You've been working as well as studying and performing. From you being there, have you noticed any similarities, big differences between the maybe specifically like theatre, screen, dance, arts industry in Taiwan compared to the UK? Is there big difference?
I think now I feel the most big difference is people in UK in the art industry now they really care about safety, which I say they really care for me is a bit extreme. And I think for in Taiwan, people don't really just give you more about like you can go to have your water, you can rest anytime. If you feel mentally unwell, you can stop anytime. People won't say that. But here you have to take care about them, their mental things as well. And I won't say it's good or bad, but somehow if some things go over, because I feel like in Taiwan, maybe the care is too less. So that's why I encounter something that I have to split during the lunch break. Maybe do something unwillingly. That is not good as well. Back in the time, I didn't mean now. I think now environment change, but also I think now because after Me Too, people are really taking care about safety things in the theater industry, especially since now I'm in here. But somehow when I'm teaching right now, I feel like if it's too much, somehow it will limitate student as well. And you give them so many power, but you're handing over your power to the student. How can you hold the space when you give away all the power? So I think that's have to be reflect about as well, because you are still holding the space. You are the one who take the responsibility of the space as a maybe movement director or teacher. I think that's the main difference. The concept of safety. I think the pay the pay for the pay for artists here is higher. But of course, living here is higher cost as well. So I don't know if that's better or not. I'm still feeling about that. I think it's a compliment of the industry in the UK. I think it's in the whole Europe. I think here, no matter what kind of genre of show, performance, there's audience, like audience willing to watch, no matter it's just a solo, a comedy, a talk show, everything, like people willing to appreciate it, and they don't care if that's more like a complete work or not. They just put it on stage, and there's some people is gonna like it. I think the performer, the creator, is just not afraid. I like the fearless of generating some work out, and no matter what, your work will be appreciated at least one or two people, and that's not going to happen in Taiwan, which we don't have much audience in the theater. To be honest, people are still more stuck in the cinema. People are watching Netflix more. So people are not being built artistic wise that long. We just built up Taiwan about like 100 years, around 100 years. So it's not like long. So I can get it. The artistic culture is not deep enough for audience. We still have to grow audience. We are still on the way. Yeah. But now I think here, like you can already see like their weekend, maybe their leisure entertainment is watching a show. But it doesn't happen in Taiwan. There's never a leisure. They would just go out, maybe go to a gym or something, or go hiking or something, but not watching theater work. So I do appreciate the audience here.
That's so interesting. Different audiences in different places. I find that fascinating. You're obviously working on your dissertation right now for your MFA.
My research topic now is redirect the violence, explore the in between space by integrating internal martial arts with contact worth of the lens of queer theory. This might be the most complicated line I say in this podcast.
That's complicated for, I think, two people who speak fluent English as well. That's a big topic.
So, my point is from the practice, I want to redirect the violence. So, I will also talk about what exactly is a violence in my practice. And the violence is not about like physical interruption, it's not about that. But the violence is, I would say, the change of your political body. There's a political change in your body. That's my violence. So it's not negative nor positive. I would just say it's something like with possibility. I would say that. And I use redirect is because I feel like in internal martial arts, Chinese martial arts, when we interact the force, we don't choose to defeat it, we choose to redirect the force. So more like circular motion. So we don't do the punching, we don't defeat the strongness. I borrow the strength. I like that philosophy and I want to put it in the contact word with performers. So it's more like combining internal martial arts with, you can say, contact improvisation. It's kind of like an integration of Eastern philosophy and with more Western contact work by using a queer theory underneath, because I want to open up the more diverse environment for all kinds of people. That's why I use queer theory, which I embrace all kinds of twists or people think it's not a straight line in the practice. People think that usually is wrong. People think that usually is not right, not straight. But I want to embrace the not good in nothing. I want to let the performer to be more brave than just doing the right thing. So I use queer theory into my practice. In this practice, how can I let them feel empowered? How can I redirect the violence? So I didn't delete the violence in your life, because I feel like in life, violence is always there. The political body change, the political in the body is always there. You cannot delete that. But how can I redirect that into something that will empower you? I enjoy the non normative line in your body. I embrace that. Yeah, so queer theory is basically, I feel like it's a door, it's a way to open up all kinds of possibility. There's no right and wrong, and there's so many possibility, and so it's all right to be, you think it's wrong. It might be interesting. I embrace a twist, but not the straight line. You think of people usually like straight line. People like people to line up, to queue up. But as a movement director teacher, I enjoy the someone just get out of line. I like people to maybe do kind of curly way. I want to find the curve, the unexpected way in the movement. I'm not like a master choreographer. I cannot be Pina Bosch because I'm not keep being in the dance industry. But I'm a really good, I can know what they're thinking, what they're struggling with. I know if the dancer wants to act, what's their struggle. If the actor wants to dance, what's their struggle. So kind of like this in between. And I always describe myself as a hot pot, you know? Like I have so many things in my body. And that's okay because hot pot is also a dish. You don't have to be just specialized in one kind of thing. It's not like you just need to be a pasta. You have to be a pho. You have to be a udon. You can be a hot pot. So I just want to give comfort to anyone else also listening to this. It's okay to not major in one thing. It doesn't mean like you're not good at one thing. It means you, the point is more like in between. It's not just one. You are the connection. I think also is a limitation of language, since sometimes like now it's, we didn't prepare for anything, right? So something limited words come out of my mind in English. So everything is simple and instinct. So I don't overcomplicate things. So I think that's the part back to the turning disadvantage to advantage. So I only explain things really simple for everyone to know. I use easy words, but not complicated words, because I will complicate myself as well.
I suppose if you had a magic wand and would like to see governing bodies of anywhere in the world give the arts or increase something in the arts, what would it be? Maybe like programs, funding?
I think I will put that one, the magic to Taiwan first. I will put it like the government start to appreciate and recognize art industry. Yeah, I think it's really important because there are so many. Because I think if the governors start to notice, they will promote it and they will give funding of it. And then if you have more funding, there's more great shows, there's more variety, and then there's more audience. So I think there's like layers by layers, like by layers, and it's a chain. And it will also benefit the income of the creators. Recently, a really political thing is happening. One party of the government try to take away the artist's founding, almost everything. And we are trying to defend it, which requires a lot of people to sign the paper. And so we are on the progress of working on it right now. And this is a big thing. If we didn't make it, we didn't, how can I say, recall them, it would be a backwards for the art industry. So actually we are on the middle of a serious intense thing right now in our art industry. So even I'm in London, all Taiwanese in London, like many Taiwanese start to say, let's sign up. And there's so people willing to help freely. I will send the paper to your house and they will gather together, just send it back to Taiwan. It's actually a really complicated work, but you can see so many people are trying to hold what we have now because we already don't have enough. But now they're going to take what we left. So now we're trying to defend it because I really think Taiwan have so many great works, great creators in theater or film, but just need to be recognized. Yeah. And I think when the government recognize, it will be much easier to promote it and to have a founding. Thank you all so much.